Good morning, my friends. This is Miss Ray from the Great Falls Public Library. It is time for our story time. Now, it is a whole new month today. It's June, and big brothers and big sisters are about to start their summer vacation. And that means we are about to start summer reading at the library. And we have so much going on, you guys. I'm not going to tell you about all of it, right? Because we want to get to our story. But I do want to invite you this Friday from 12:30 to 2:30. We are having a summer reading kickoff event. We are going to design our own tote bags because we're going to need a bag to carry all of those books we're going to read this summer. And we'll talk about summer reading. Did you know that you can win a prize for every 5 hours you read this summer? And of course you don't have to read it on your own. Read with mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. Read with whoever you want. It is wonderful. Every minute you spend interacting with your family and reading a book is really going to help you learn how to read. So every 5 hours that you read, which sounds like a long time, but if you read a little bit every day, it will go really fast. 5 hours, you get to pick a prize. So let's take a look at a few of our prizes. Hanky eggs. We use these a lot in toddler time, and they're a lot of fun. We've got fidget spinners. And we've got Rubik's Cubes. Let me get my Rubik's Cube. So, these are so hot right now. They're really hard to solve, but I bet you can figure it out. Pop it to... These are so fun. So noisy. Here's another egg. This one doesn't shake when I shake it. It doesn't rattle. This one rattles. This one doesn't, but can you tell what's inside? It's Galaxy Slime. I've got Dairy Queen gift cards. Yum. Everybody loves ice cream. And snakes. See if I can get this snake to do its thing. Go, snakey, go. These are pretty fun. These are just a few of the awesome prizes that we have on the prize card. So I hope that you will join us. Of course, you don't have to be here on Friday for the kickoff event to participate in summer reading. But we are going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to make our own tote bags to carry all of our books. Now, this is actually an awesome week at the library, even though we haven't really kicked off summer reading yet. Today is the very first day of Music for Kids. Marcy from Bass Clef is coming today, and we are going to do Music for Kids 4 times this June. We're going to do it on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays at 10:30. So June 1st, June 8th, June 15th, and June 22nd. And then on Wednesday, June 29th, we are going to have another service dog story time with some awesome service dogs in training from Canine Companions. And we'll learn all about what service dogs do and all of the training they have to go through, because they are amazing. They can do a lot of things. And tomorrow we have a very special guest. Her name is Eleni Fouillaxis, and my apologies if I just mispronounced that horribly. She is a children's author. She wrote the Picky Patrick picture book series. They are social emotional learning picture books, and she also used to be on TV, so she's actually famous. She's going to be here tomorrow morning at 10:30 to read her book with us. And then we have on Thursdays, we have Leap into Science, guys. So I don't know if any of you got to do this at the end of February. We had so much fun. This is a hands-on science investigation program. It's experiment focused. It's for folks 3 to 8. 2-year-olds can also attend. There's just small parts, so you're going to have to watch them really closely. But we are going to do a light and shadow lab, a balance lab, and a wind lab, and it is going to be so much fun. So that's why today we are going to read this book. It's called What is a Scientist? Because, can't tell you a spoiler. Lean in real close. Can't tell you a spoiler. You're a scientist. We're going to find out all of the ways that you are, but you already are. You already are a scientist. You already do experiments to find out how things work. So, so our Leap into Science is Thursday mornings at 10:30. It is Thursday, June 9th, 16th, and 30th, because on Thursday, June 23rd at 11, we're going to welcome back Marky Scholes. She's the dragon puppet lady. We haven't had her in the library since before COVID, and we are so lucky. If you've ever seen any of her shows, she's amazing. I hope that you can come. I'm so excited. All right, let's get started with our book. What is a Scientist? This book was written by Barbara Lehn and photographed by Carol Krauss. Let's read it. What is a scientist? A scientist is a person who asks questions and tries different ways to answer them. That sounds like you, doesn't it? Hannah wonders about fruits and vegetables. Are there this many peas in every pea pod? Asks Hannah. How could Hannah find out? She's going to need to get some pea pods and open them up and count all the peas to find out if they have the same number of peas or a different number. And then she's going to have to eat them because pea pods are delicious. A scientist learns from her senses. Cammy and Tiara play with a mixture of water and cornstarch. They try to decide if it is a liquid or a solid. That's oobleck, cornstarch in water. You ever played with that? It's so fun, but it's so messy. I think that might be the messiest thing I've ever made. When I squeeze the oobleck, it feels like a solid, but it drips like a liquid, observes Tiara. How interesting. A scientist notices details. Nate examines seeds inside vegetables. There are actually 2 different kinds of seeds inside cucumbers. The small ones are clear, discovers Nate. Oh my goodness. So, you're going to have to take a look at the seeds inside of a cucumber, because I didn't even know there were 2 different kinds of seeds inside a cucumber. Also, cucumbers are delicious. So much tasty science in here. A scientist draws what she sees. Samantha shows how 2 liquids mix. The red drops beaded up inside the yellow liquid, observed Samantha. Samantha observed. Observe means you use your senses, especially your eyes, to look at what you, what am I trying to say? So, observing means we are going to use our senses and pay really, really close attention so that we can see what's happening. Instead of just assuming we know what's going to happen, we pay really close attention and see, is that what really happened, what we thought would happen, or did something different happen? That's observing. A scientist writes about what happens. Tim records his observations. The checker and the pencil landed at the same time, but not the feather, observes Tim. A scientist makes comparisons by measuring. Amelia and Corey are measuring weights with a balance scale. Amelia, this side of the balance is higher because it is lighter, demonstrates Corey. We are going to do exactly this experiment when we do our balance lab. We made some balances out of some real estate signs and like a foam roller, like a yoga roller. A scientist must count exactly. Emily and Stuart count how many drops of water they can fit on a penny. We've put on 23 drops of water so far, says Emily. That's an interesting experiment to try at home. How many drops of water fit on a penny? 23 drops? That seems like a lot. I wonder how that can be. Yeah. Water is pretty cool because it has a special ability to stick to itself. So you will see if you put drops of water on a penny that the drops of water actually kind of form like a little like a little bubble of water over the penny. And they stand up a little bit taller than you would expect. That is a good experiment. A scientist looks at objects carefully to decide how to sort. Zoe and her group organize the shoes and boots in different ways. You guys, I think this boot is longer, decides Zoe. A scientist designs experiments to test predictions. Jessie plants seeds at the top of one cup and at the bottom of another cup. I think the seeds that I planted at the top will grow better than the ones planted at the bottom, predicts Jessie. That's a good prediction. So you predict, you make a guess or a hypothesis about what you think will happen, and then you observe to see what happened. A scientist experiments by trial and error. Nick uses a foam meat tray to make a flying object. I added a blob of clay and some paper clips on the front, and now my meat tray flies farther, explains Nick. This is a neat experiment to do if you make a paper airplane. So make a paper airplane with a grown-up and throw it and see how far it goes, and then try putting a paper clip on the nose of your paper airplane and see what happens. A scientist thinks logically. Shivani explains how she learned about the compass directions. When I ride home at the end of the day, the sun is going down over there, so that must be west, figures Shivani. A scientist keeps trying over and over. This one is super important. This one is super important because you don't just do your experiment once. You do it over and over and over and over again. Charlie and Stuart try to build a tower as tall as possible. Stuart, we finally got more than 10 to stay on, shouts Charlie. Yeah, they kept at it, and they built a really tall tower. A scientist has fun. So much fun. Jeff and Teresa experiment with water. Let's see if we can fill up the tube through these holes, suggests Jeff. All right, let's review it. A scientist is a person who asks questions, learns from her senses, notices details, writes, draws, measures, counts, sorts, tests predictions, experiments, thinks logically, keeps trying, and has fun. That's what a scientist is. So, are you a scientist? Was I right the whole time? You do all of those things, don't you? Don't you? You learn from your senses, you observe the world around you, you ask lots of questions, lots of great questions. You draw pictures of what you see. Someday soon you will write and measure. I bet you can count. You make a prediction and test it to see if that really happened that way. You keep on trying, and boy, do you have a whole lot of fun. I hope you like this book. Our First Leap into Science program is next Thursday morning at 10:30. Today at 10:30, Marcy from Bass Clef will be here for Music for Kids. That's going to be so much fun. And tomorrow morning at 10:30, author Eleni Fuyaxis will be here with her Picky Patrick books, which are social emotional learning picture books. I hope that you can join us for all of this stuff, guys. It's going to be a wonderful summer. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.